Something that I've noticed recently is that there are a lot of psychological archetypes that work really good in stories to tell a good story, but they're also really interesting with science fiction type stuff and also fantasy type stuff. But a lot of it isn't just science fiction or fantasy. A lot of it is comes from some basis in real reality. The archetype of superintelligence. It's really popular in media. There's a lot of books and shows and stories based around the concept of a main character who is super intelligent and how they live and do things differently. And also, when there are, but it's not just super intelligence, there's also this for the archetype of the mad scientist, and also, I think, for a cult leader and military general who is a cult leader. A lot of the military generals in history were cult leaders, like Alexander the Great and Napoleon, and there's a lot of huge personalities in military history who accomplished amazing things, but it was equal parts through understanding of psychology and also military strategy. But the psychology was a huge part of it. They were able to gather followers and people who loved them and would die for them. And they accomplished amazing things that also made the world sort of afraid. How could one person accomplish so much? How could one person have so much power and accumulate it in their lifetime? It's scary, it's frightening. It's not something that normal humans could ever aspire to. And yet also we're fascinated by it and we're very interested in it. It's like the movie Limitless. Or, I don't know, Rain Man, the one about the autistic guy who's hyper intelligent. There's so many books and TV shows based around these extreme personality archetypes. And then I was also reading something recently about how there are people who pioneered the ideas of superintelligence and also hive minds. And this is in science fiction, but pioneered different science fiction concepts that we now think of as just like words in the lexicon. But there was a time before they were words in the lexicon, and they were usually introduced by some science fiction creator. And we just really like the idea. We latch onto it, and we make books about it. Ender's Game, and a story about being both books about super intelligence and how and its effect on the human psyche. It's also kind of weird though, because super intelligence also seems like it would be debilitating. That you would be so smart that it would be really difficult to be and act like a normal person. It's also been something that I think I've been aware of for a long time, that there are a lot of really intelligent people who are able to get success without actually being loved or liked. So it's not necessary that you need to do it that way. A million paths to success, and also a million different people using the same techniques for different reasons, or same techniques but with different applications. It's really interesting. There's also the great man of science archetype, which is just like, it's an acknowledgement of the fact that a lot of time in a lot of areas of science, there are big breakthroughs made by a single individual. A single person will invent an entire field of science essentially and pioneer it. And it's happened enough times to have a name as a phenomenon. And or like the musical geniuses, Mozart and Beethoven, they were so far ahead of their time that it doesn't make, I don't know, it boggles the mind.